look at what happened. MPDC met Governor Nyesom Wike when they started off the process and said that, look, we want to come for oil exploration in Rivers State here. But right in the meeting in Abuja, Sahara Energy were there. What is the role of Sahara Energy? So they are masquerading to come in. No, that will not be the point. Nyesom Wike told them that before you want to come and drill oil in Ogoni land, you must consult and give them certain percentage of equity. In fact, he demanded for 10. And when they said 10%, the people said, okay, we'll come back. They decided to pass through the back door. The governor is thinking about the interest of the Ogoni people. What will build the Ogoni land? What will make the Ogoni people to prosper? And that is why he wants them to do a wide consultation. My brother talked about that there are diverse factions. We don't have two factions of Kagote. As far as I know, the only leader of Kagote is Emmanuel Deya, Right Honorable Emmanuel Deya, and that is the only Kagote that we have. And for most of, there might be some little bit of skirmishes here and there, but the question is that somebody in the class of the governor have come together and has asked us, Ogoni people, we must unite as one, we must come as a fist, and every interest and everybody must be consulted. And when it calls, that will help us. That is why. So he's acting as a catalyst to drive this process to make it a success, not looking at people who stand and say they are NGOs or people who carry their party bias and think that that is what we be.
So the matter of interest keeps coming up again, and this matter of having credible Ogoni sons and daughters, do you think that's a slight on the Ogoni people? If they indeed do have credible sons and daughters, you mentioned some of them, national level, local level, why do they need the governor to step in?
Thank you very much. I want to appreciate all that have made their comments, and I will try to delve into making some explanations and to answer your question. When we met with the governor, the main desire of the governor is that MPDC should have a percentage equity for the Ogoni people, which is exactly what every Ogoni man wants. Okay. The governor also directed that there should be wide consultation of all and sundry within every line and strata within the Ogoni land, like carrying everybody along. You know, a lot of people thrive in telling lies, and lies has an expiring date. You can fool some of the people all of the time, but you cannot fool all of the people all of the time. You just come up and say things negatively depending on what you have in your mind. There are people that are elected and are representing the Ogoni people, starting from councillors of the wards to the local government chairman, to the assembly people, and to the National Assembly, and all other leaders that have held positions of trust. If you look at the line of people I've mentioned very high-profile people. But this is a process. Somebody mentioned here that we need an international negotiator. International negotiator, what will be his own interest? Where is he coming in from? You are looking beyond, and you have people who are here who can be able to handle it. We are not saying that there are no credible Ogoni leaders. We have credible Ogoni people. The idea is that all of them, and that's what the government is preaching for, all of us should come together. We should forget about bias or party sentiments or our different interests and come together as a fist. The governor, what he's doing is just to package us together, bringing all of us together. If the governor calls for a meeting, many people will attend than any other person calling for a meeting. We will start our meeting. It started from the presidency. It has entered into the government house in Port Harcourt. It will move from the government house in Port Harcourt to Bori. And it will leave from Bori to our different villages. Even in Ogoni land, it's not all communities in Ogoni that has the oil. I'm proud to say from my very area, we have so many oil wells and locations. So what we are saying is that the governor himself is not averse to the Ogoni people putting themselves together. What he's saying, he is helping to make that marriage very quick. I didn't say that only APC people went to Abuja. The team that went to Abuja involved everybody. But even while they went to Abuja, now coming back here, you have to make the process. They can't stay in Abuja and this thing are done. Okay. But why was Sahara Energy there when they mentioned about Sahara Energy? We are hearing from the grapevine that they are masquerading behind the back because they want to come and drill the oil in Ogoni land.
No, but the MPDC is already going to do that, isn't it?
Is what?
MPDC.
Is what?
MPDC is going to do that.
MPDC, they don't reign, but they don't rule. Why? The question is that what was Sahara Energy doing in that place? Because Sahara Energy is playing the beats of some other people, which I don't want to come and mention here. Okay. But what is there is that no people can come to Ogoni and drill oil without proper consultations.
But that's the same
and that is what the governor is saying.
Okay, hold on.
Properly go home and consult the people.
Okay.
And that will help us.
Okay, someone said here that there's a difference between going to consult with the governor and now saying the governor should lead.
The point is that they say the governor should be part of the process. He's the governor of the state. Remember, this has brought about a lot of security breaches. That's why a lot of persons have died. And the governor is the chief security officer of the state. So if he falls his hand and sit down and allow people to go and struggle and fight at different points, because it's a game of interest. A lot of persons will want to come in. That's why I mentioned some NGOs. There are some individuals who will just stand and say, I have so and so organization. This is what they are saying. Somebody can just go to the radio like the popular Biafran time of Okokundem and others. Say, this is Radio Biafra, Inugu, and they are just carrying the Land Rover alone. One person can just stand and say, oh, this is the position of the Ogoni people. No, it's not so. The governor is saying, properly go back home. As the chief security officer, he wouldn't want anything that will bring about bloodshed or confusion or fighting.
Yes, but must he be part of the delegation for that to happen?
Not that he's a part of the delegation. When they say they should lead the delegation, your ideas and your views will be robust. This governor has a large reach out. And this is his state.
Okay.
They cannot do anything of that nature and without making recourse to the governor. And the governor will only be there until May 29, 2023. And after that, another governor will come. The other governor that comes will also do the biddings of the people of Rivers State, which Ogoni is involved.
Okay.